So in this video, I'm going to show you a text message that I sent to a friend and um, it being verbalized on a national broadcasting station where it was on CBS. There's a guy named Stephen Colbert, and I've noticed this happening where I would text myself something and he would reiterate word for word um, just momentary glimpses into what I write and showcase them usually a day, maybe two, sometimes three later, but no more than that. And I've watched this happen for it was months, but I observed it from a journalistic point of view where I tried to understand it was how the whole experience becomes instrumental and the varieties and distinctions that are tried to be emulated and try to maybe convince me or somebody of anything that is being verbalized. So, uh, this is a very psychological thing. A person who is not used to observing a form of, like, I guess some kind of, it kind of falls into that category where it's like classified information, but when it's being targeted to you, you go through a series of events. But I came to the conclusion where I don't take it personally. I just observe it and the circumstances that come along with it. So this is a friend, right? Victor. We'll go back to this later. But if you see the last text saying "I'ma dig deep," on February 5th, 2019 at 7:30 p.m. Um, we're gonna need to block out that number. But okay, so yeah, this was said. I'ma dig deep, right? Right there. I'm gonna just beam it one final time. I'ma dig deep. When we go into this video on YouTube, uh, right here, I believe it was on the 108th second. So this guy sings for some ridiculous reason, but right here is where they say it.
Souls in the sand. Yesterday, the House Intelligence Committee announced a five-point investigation that's going to dig deep into Russian interference in our political system.
You can go back and watch the rest of this video and make your own assumptions on the dependabilities he tries to narrate with his his comedic take or whatever you want to call it, political stance. I'm not going to go into those specifics, but it is worth considering how uh, it's a point of observation where something like this is becoming instrumental in maybe somebody's life, where they're trying to be instrumental, by giving all these examples day after day. I'll show you other videos where a similar technique is being used, where my texts, I mean, people don't say these things every day, like, and it does continue in a pattern format where it's usually what I say and then it being, on some television program, um, every day, but they mention it the day after, or maybe 2 days, or maybe 3 days, but no more than that. And key words, very specific words, imagery, like things that I've drawn are exemplified and, like, or like personified. But yeah, he mentions these things. There's other hosts that go into it. I don't, to be honest, think that this guy Victor is in on it. It's not something like where I'm paranoid about my friends or something. I believe it's just they have a way of seeing all this information and they try to manipulate your world. But uh, I'm too resilient for things like that. I don't consider events as, you know, something that are constantly significant. I don't consume, those ideas and make them control my life. And it goes into a lot, and they try to target a lot, but ultimately it just seems like some kind of search engine. But yeah, so that's the video. I'm gonna go into my Facebook account. I'm gonna show you, that's him, right? uh I'm gonna go into mine if I can. I don't use Facebook. I don't even know how to use it sometimes. I just get lost. But yeah, here we go. Um, See, that's my phone number. It's my birthday. This is just to clarify my account. We can go back out of edit profile. That's a picture of me. It's my fake name because I hate my name. It's ridiculous. It sounds so weird in English. But view profile pic. There you go. That's me, right? Okay, not Max, but legally speaking. All right. Besides those details, yeah, I'm gonna close this account. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna create a business and everything, and work, within the details of what I'm trying to do, and delete this account. But just for reference sake, um, yeah, this is his profile. Let's just go to it just in case you want to any kind of do does parachuting. All right. Um, there's just like some pictures of him just to verify. Uh, I'm pretty sure like if this guy were to be asked if he's in on some like beast mode, some like super soldier program. All right, I'm sure he'd say no, but he did win a medal, right? All right, let's not assume things. I'm not trying to go that route. I'm just trying to see if I could make any connections here. Um, to make it functional, because this is a form of, I mean, mass producing some form of psychology, and it bouncing around in billions of people's heads. Like, look, this video had 4 million views. Like, it's just it could become too much to assume if you let it, but um discontinuing that narrative. um yeah, this is a complete video of just how this machine that they've invented orbits my life. Like, I have a few videos here. um there's that Victor Dig Deep text. I've made other videos. I mean, I've saved other videos where, yeah, I make these videos, right? That would be crazy. I don't even know these people. I've gone to the studio to see maybe if they could like somehow track my GPS and be like, "Oh, this guy's been here for 2 hours." Like, and we didn't check his. Yeah, maybe it was bad planning, but I gave it a shot. I stood there for a long time, um, half the day or something. But yeah, no connections there. So I figure I just make a video like this and present it to the right people and see what I can make of it. It is something that has happened, and this is like some kind of like Pulitzer Prize winning journalistic narrative that I'm assuming here because of the gravity of the psychology and the the variances being, I don't even know if variances exist, the word. But it is a form of context that needs attention. So this is just what I got. This is some research I did, and it's interesting because you can kind of like, they don't assume those identities where you control all these networks. They don't do that. They reference the situation in a not a critique, but in an observer's point of view, and go into mostly their own detail. But the interesting part being is that it's my words that are being used. It is my context, it's my narrative. Um, it originates like that, so it makes you think of very um, outlandish, not outlandish, like I'd call it futuristic concepts. And you find, and to be honest, sometimes I think that maybe to praise uh, this formal sense of education that's being provided to specifically only you, like not you, I'm talking about me. An experience being brought on onto someone like that uh, really needs to be broken down and observed, and maybe sometimes when those observations are worthy of something. um Give me 1 second. Okay, that was a peasant. Very interesting use of words. But yeah, so to get back to what I was saying, it's worthy of observing these facts and how certain people in society, or maybe I'm being biased on the concept, but how it's being utilized and it being real, and um, what could be dangerous about an idea like that. It creates a lot of conflict, without a doubt, if you start observing it. And I guess the more crucial part would be when they assume some kind of identity to the concept. But yeah, I don't really pay attention to how it's being used. I just hold on, let me let someone out. It's just something that needs to be said. It's You can't ignore it. I'm sure that other people have probably been through the same program, but um just noticed that there's Nazis on the video, on one of these videos named Nazis. Some Nazi mind control unit freaking sending the quantum round to disintegrate things, right? No, yeah, so look, I was just kidding in those last few moments, but look, it does bring some awareness to the functionality of society at this point. So make whatever you will out of your thoughts. Um, don't let first assumptions or impressions rule your thinking. Uh, don't let it become a form of not behavior, but uh, you know, some kind of static stability that you could return to. Because all of your assumptions are probably just reflections. They're not based in reality. I mean, think of it. I'm showing you a video that's a year old. Like, how many times has the world turned over? Um, but yeah, I mean, this kind of. I'm sorry, I'm going so much into the idea of the narrative, but or the concept, but it's just something I feel that I could express at the moment because I'm making this video, and it could be also be something where I don't want these ideas to be forgotten because they are instrumental in even understanding this kind of information for the first time. It's hard to comprehend, and I don't want people to run away with their ideas right away, because if you really understand that this has been going on for a very long time, you get to see, you get exposure to something that is very rare, and the potency of these experiences needs to be measured correctly. And if that is, at some point, you know, yeah, like I'm using that, it's like a subconscious thing. Look, point being, this exists, and how it's used is the most important thing. If you always apply positivity, you will have nothing but positivity. And the forms you take after that, there's so much variety. It doesn't end. And that's also a danger. But observe what's real and what's not. That's the end of the video, alright? I'm gonna stop this. Let's see if I could make this functional again somehow. I'm not doubting the idea that they've stopped using information from my phone, but if I bring this up to the right people with level heads, level minds, we can maybe align this somehow, but we'll make sense of it and why it's being created for it's so complex, because this will dilate and you need to catch yourself in the moment, let it identify itself. Alright, that's the end of the video. Almost 18 minutes. See what you people say.